and lie and cheat about everything. Back in the early 1900s, there was a black Wall Street known in Tulsa, Oklahoma, an area that was so prominent, doing so well financially with blacks. They had prominent blacks there that the devil, the white man, got angry and sent a plane over there and bombed that city to get rid of the blacks. And you bastards are going to pay for that. You're beginning to get relapses of that thing now by the LA riots and all that. That's called payback. You ain't seen nothing yet. Read.
And the lust of your father ye will do.
And the lust of your father you will do. Everything the Greeks did, you do. What is the main thing the Greeks did? Pray to penises and vaginas and dead bones and fish and Dagon, the fish god, and all this other madness that came out of Babylon. That's what the Greeks believed in. The Romans, they believed in the same things that the Greeks believe in. America, they believe in the same things that Rome believed in. Rome was the beast that stood up against our people. America is the last leg of the Roman Empire. America is the one of whose deadly wound was healed, what his book speaks about in the book of Revelation. This devil came out of Britain. Read.
He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth.
We don't expect you so-called white people to tell the truth. And we don't need you to tell the truth because we know the truth. The Bible is truth. And if the Bible is true, the white man must go into captivity and suffer for the crimes that he's committed against the 12 tribes of Israel, which are located throughout North, Central, and South America, or which are known as Negroes and Indians throughout this country. Read.
Because there is no truth in it.
There's no truth in you devils. You so-called Negroes running around voting for this one, voting for that one, hoping that the devil can set you free. The white man ain't gonna never do nothing for you but continue to enslave you and humiliate you and lie to you and brainwash you and use you until you get ready to use you up. Read.
When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own.
You devils don't do nothing but lie about everything. You said you was Jesus Christ. When you read the Bible, you find out Jesus Christ was a black man. Let's go in. We're going to go into a little bit of that. When you check the ancestry of Jesus out and you check his genealogy and his lineage, you find out that Jesus was a Jew out of the tribe of Judah. His family came out of the house of David. Joseph, his father, can run his bloodline all the way back to the house of David, which would make him a Jew, which would make him what? A Negro. Jeremiah, the 14th chapter, the 2nd verse, states that the tribe of Judah, the entire tribe, was a black tribe. Now, how the hell one tribe gonna be black and the rest of them gonna be white? You devils are just as dumb as Mickey Mouse running around in Disney World. You don't know nothing. And you writing these little monkey letters that you wrote because your brains are stuck up your rear end. You don't know anything. Read Jeremiah 14:2.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground.
Don't none of you simple Negroes jump up and tell me that's my interpretation. If you see a stop sign, what interpretation is that? Negro, a stop sign means stop. If you run through it, you might get killed. The Bible is already interpreted. It's written out. It says what it says. The problem is you simple-minded Negroes in these churches and the rest of these witch covens, you're not reading the Bible. You're not accepting the law of the supreme being. You think that God is all love. How in the hell can God be the supreme entity of the universe and be conformed to one feeling? Here you a little man walking around on the earth. You can love somebody, you can hate somebody, you can fight somebody, you can be at peace with somebody, but God, he's all love. How stupid can you be? If God is all love, then he's inferior. Don't you realize that, dummy? If God was all love, that would make God inferior to man. Because God has to have all elements in him to be supreme. He has to have love in him, he has to have hate in him, he has to have feelings, all those things. You're just as simple as you can be. Read.
Judah mourneth, and the gate thereof languish. They are black unto the ground.
Now the Bible says the Jews are black. There ain't nothing else you got to say about it. All the hooping and hollering and picking a banjo don't mean nothing. But I want to go into something else. You so-called white people sitting at home looking at this show, eating your popcorn and laughing because you're ignorant as hell. I'm going to read out the Bible. You simple bird brains, get a pencil and a paper and write this down so you can learn something. I'm going to prove to you that the way you people look is a result of two things. Hate, number one, hate from God. And number two, a curse called leprosy in the Bible. Give me Numbers, the 12th chapter and the 1st verse. You running around telling everybody you white. But what are you going to do when you find out that it ain't all right to be white? What are you going to do when you find out that being white is a curse from God? It's called leprosy in the Bible. Today your medical community has distorted your brain and has distorted the meaning of leprosy. They tell you that it's a little sore that breaks out on your body here and a scab here and this and that. That's a lie. The leprosy that the Bible speaks of from the biblical days is when a person's whole pigmentation was changed from one color to another color, from dark to light, from so-called black to white. Now that's what happened to Miriam, the sister of Moses, when she spoke against Moses. Moses being a black man, I know a lot of you bird brain white boys at home, you're going to say, no, Moses was white, he was Charlton Heston. Listen, bird brain, how in the hell can Moses be white if he was raised up in the house of Pharaoh as Pharaoh's son, stupid? Don't you know that Pharaoh was Hamitic? He was an Egyptian that would make him an African dummy. How can Moses be drawn out of the water and raised up in the house of Pharaoh and raised up as his son if he was a white boy? That don't make sense. In order for him to pass for a Hamitic Egyptian, he would have to be black, stupid. Read. You boys can't think worth a damn. That's why that flood tore you up out west. Read.
Numbers 12, verse 10.
No, Numbers 12 and 1.
And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses.
Now Moses was a black man. We know this. We know this when the Lord told Moses to put his hand in his bosom and pull it out. And when he pulled it out, it turned white. Now if he was white, how could it come out turning white as snow? Then Moses got scared when he saw his hand turn white. I would have got scared too. Then he put his hand back in his bosom and pulled it back out, and it turned back so-called black, which is different shades of brown. Read.
Because of the Ethiopian woman.
Now, Moses was spoken against by Aaron his brother and Miriam his sister because he married an Ethiopian woman, which was a black woman. Pretty soon you so-called bird brain crackers, you white people, are going to run around saying you're Ethiopians next, right? You just want to be everything but the devil. Read.
Whom he had married, for he had married an Ethiopian woman.
No, do that sound like a white boy marrying an Ethiopian woman? No, I'm sorry, David Bowie didn't exist back then. It's not talking. Moses was a black man. He married a black woman, an Ethiopian woman. He passed for an Egyptian. Now go on down to the 10th verse and see what the Lord did to Miriam for opening her big mouth to Moses. Here's a black woman, the sister of a black man named Moses. Let's see what the Lord did when he got angry with her. Read.
And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle.
Because the Lord came down in a pillar cloud. And he came down on the tabernacle that was set up in the wilderness to speak to Moses and to speak to Aaron. And he was angry at the fact that Aaron and Miriam spoke against Moses because he raised up Moses to be the leader over Israel. Read.
And behold, Miriam became leprous.
Hold it. Miriam became, you hear this, you so-called white people? Miriam became leprous. What?
White as snow.
It's in the Bible, Numbers the 12th chapter, the 10th verse. Miriam became leprous, white as snow. Now you devils run around saying, I'm a white man, I'm Caucasian, I'm of the white race. Well, Miriam, when God got angry at her, he cursed her. And she became white. Now what you got to say now?
They made sure they left that out the Ten Commandments.
Right. You didn't show that part of Sesame the Mill when he went over there to Egypt and filmed the Ten Commandments. They left that part out and they left the part about him putting his hand in the bosom and pulling it out, turning white.
Let me add this to it too. And when they showed Jethro, his father-in-law, they showed him as Ishmael.
Right.
He was not Ishmael.
Right. They're just as dumb as hell.
He was an Ethiopian.
Right. How does
The Ethiopian that Moses married was his daughter.
That's right. You people don't know any history at all.
Get a life and learn some history.
Right. Sit down and read sometime. Read that verse again.
And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle.
Because maybe we made a typographical error. Maybe I'm reading wrong. Maybe my brain is not working right. Read.
And behold, Miriam became leprous.
Miriam became leprous. Read.
White as snow.
What is that showing you? If you're white, you're a leopard. You got a curse. Something wrong with you. You are a cursed race of people. Miriam was cursed to look like you when she opened her mouth. And they had to put her out the camp for 7 days. Yes.
Might I say this? To all you so-called white people, get a life, but get the right life.
That's right.
Because you're not the children of the righteous. You're
Right.
the children of the wicked.
You so-called white people ain't nothing but the devil. And I don't see why you have a problem with us